months, I didn't have any clients.
Then we started working together. How much did you actually make? Drum roll, please.
More than 6,000, yeah.
You see all of these people moving to Dubai. You're thinking, where's the money coming from? How are they all becoming influencers? Wait, what if I don't even want to become an influencer? We both are from Germany.
Like 1 week in Germany, I feel like nothing happened. Took all the income I made and moved to Dubai.
No plan B. How was it for you?
This is the point where most people turn back.
You came here, you were a Muslim.
First time for me hearing the azan, had tears in my eyes every time.
We have so much in common. After we converted, we deleted our entire online presence,
Yes.
which is a very smart idea because then no one knows you. 200 follower account, only personal videos. And you hit 11,000 followers within 4 weeks.
3 weeks.
3 weeks?
Yeah.
But then you got a keynote in Dubai.
And Germany.
Wow. What did you do?
I posted 3 times a day.
Oh, you're doing a lot. How did you come up with ideas? Aren't you burned out?
No, because I listened to you.
I am honored. At Sina, I'm afraid of hate comments. What helped you?
It doesn't matter anymore. Helped me so much.
So a lot of people say like, oh, I want passive income. Wait, do you have active income where you can get consistent lead flow?
I got so many leads, I was overwhelmed.
Bad problems to have.
Yeah,
Too many leads.
Too many leads.
How to go from a traditional word-of-mouth business to a business that grows online without you having to be there 24/7. Welcome to the Brand with Sina podcast. Today we have a special guest here where we will talk about her journey to stop chasing and start attracting, because the way that you attract butterflies is not by chasing them. It's about building a garden and letting them come to you. So today is a very special guest and I'm excited for you to meet her. You know how you see all of these people moving to Dubai? They have their gym with the view on Burj Khalifa. They are sitting in golden cafes with their lattes and they are bringing their laptops to the beach cafe to work there. And you're thinking, how in the world are they doing this? How can they afford this? Where's the money coming from? How are they all becoming influencers? And then you ask yourself, wait, what if I don't even want to become an influencer? What if I want to have a serious business? Well, you will get all of the answers here today. You'll hear today what it takes to leave everything behind and start from scratch, what it means to have a total life rebrand, and even how to go from a traditional word-of-mouth business to a business that grows online without you having to be there 24/7, because we have a very beautiful guest here today. I'm excited to talk to her because we have so much in common. We both are from Germany. We both converted to Islam. We're both here in Dubai now. And I'm excited for you to hear her story about how she built a personal brand and business around who she is. So thank you so much for being here, Leah.
Thank you for inviting me. I'm so excited.
Yeah, I think it's the first time we officially speak in English for like a long time.
I know.
And
yeah,
so-
I'm excited for this hour.
And you just came back from Germany, right?
Yes, so I still need to switch.
Yes. Okay. So if you don't know any words, don't worry. We can do Denglish.
English.
I want to first ask, and I think this is something that that people are so interested in, like coming from Germany. How was that journey for you? Like coming from Germany here to Dubai. What made you decide to leave in the first place?
I think,
apart from the winter.
yeah, apart from the winter and the gray weather, and yes, I think it's something in your heart telling you right from the beginning you're not growing old in Germany. I always knew it's not my home. Mm-hmm. Like even when you have your family there, when you grow up there, I felt like, no, this is not home to me. And I was always seeking for this home. And I went to so many places in the world. Like I went to the US, I went to Europe, like the places in Europe, Portugal, Greece, all the places, mm-hmm. Italy. I even liked Italy a lot. But when I came to Dubai, I think the first 2 seconds I landed, I was like, wow, this actually feels like home. And for me, it was so obvious. Like I came here just to see what's going on here because everyone was moving to Dubai like 4 years ago was very, everyone was talking.
It's like a trend going on. And
yeah, so I was like, what are they doing there? Like, I need to check this out. So I went here. And then khalas.
But this is the funny thing, because I'm from a village. And so a lot of people are like, yeah, you're from a German village. Of course, you want to see the world. But you lived in Berlin.
No, yeah, before. But I grew up between Cologne and Düsseldorf.
But it's also big cities.
Yes, yes. So I grew up in Cologne, I would say. Yeah. And for me, it was so normal to just take a train 20 minutes or 15 minutes even. And you are in the main central station in Cologne. So for me, it was normal to be in the big city. But Germany is Germany. Like even when you live in Berlin, when you live in Cologne, I was living in a Bavarian village as well for like 6 months
I
or
didn't
so.
know that.
Yes.
Wow.
Because my friend was living there, so I was going to see her and
Okay.
staying with her. And it doesn't matter where you are, Germany is Germany.
So tell for people who are not German, what do you mean by this?
Yeah, I can't really explain. The feeling of the people, I would say, like when you are in Germany and you understand the language and you understand how people talk to each other, for me, it was always kind of rude. And when you go to the US and you come back and you tell them, no, people in the US are actually nice. They tell you, oh, they're superficial. No, they're actually nice. Like they talk respectfully to you and they're nice and they're more warming and welcoming. Even in Arab countries, right? People are more warming and welcoming. And this is what I miss the most, I would say, in Germany. Like people are very cold and maybe private, but they tell you their opinion you never ask for.
That is so interesting because I have a friend and she's Egyptian. She grew up in the US and she came to Berlin for the first time. And she told me like, Sina, I don't understand. People tell me their opinion without me asking. Like, why would you just come to a random stranger and tell her what you don't like about her or her behavior? I found this so weird. And I was like, yeah, well, I think you just got the taste of Germany, like how that feels like.
Yes.
You had one post where you talked about two things. And I feel like we need to like clarify this for people who are not German to understand it. One was about bathrooms and one was about opening the door for women. So tell us, because I think this is a good cultural understanding of why you feel like you wanted to leave that country, especially as a woman.
I think when you never taste the difference, you don't know. Like, first of all, so if I would stay in Germany all my life, never travel, never get to know about Islam or different cultures or different men from different cultures, maybe I would just accept the fact that it's normal to...
It is like it is.
It is like it is, yeah. And when you go to a different country, you feel like, oh, wow, men actually respect me more. Men actually treat me better. Like they treat you as a princess, I would say, without even asking. Like it's more respectful. And in Germany, they're more rude and they say they're on one level with the woman.
Give us the example of the bathroom and the door so people understand what you mean.
So for me, it was, I was in the bathroom here in the Address Hotel and it's so fancy, right? And it's just a public bathroom, right? Because you can go have a coffee and you use the washroom and then you leave. And I was in this bathroom and I was like looking around. I was like, wow, this is so clean. There are towels everywhere. And this is normal in Dubai. It is. Like, I know it's a whatever 5-star, 10-star hotel, but it's common standard. And then I was just rethinking, wow, I remember when I was in Germany going to some supermarket, people don't let you use the washroom. So if you ask them, because it's in the law, like people were commenting below because it's in the law, so they're not allowed. So you ask them, hey, I need to use the washroom as a woman. And they're like, no, not possible. Yeah. And I was standing there washing my hand, remembering this. And I was like, you know what? I just filmed this and I just make a reel out of it because this is like common things happening in Germany daily. Yeah. Which is not normal, actually, because it should be your human right to use the washroom. And I mean, opening the door, these are little standards in Dubai, right? Like they park your car, they open the door, they take everything. Yeah. I was in Germany the last week and my family said, never come back. You need to do all the things by yourself here. Remember. Remember.
I found this so funny because I had a very similar experience, but as a mom. So, you know, in Germany, it's just honestly a nightmare to find places to like change your baby when you're like out shopping. I mean, apart from just like trying to find a prayer room or trying to find a like clean toilet.
We don't even want to talk about this part.
But for example, Dubai Mall, you go there, or any mall, honestly, any mall that I went to, even this is huge. Even the airport, you feel like everything is so clean. You can even nap there with your child if you need to. They have a automatic machine for like making the baby milk if you use
like
formula.
Warm it up.
Warming it. Yeah, like they have hot water there, so you can do your formula if you use formula. So I was just like, I was in awe because I thought I was in a hotel, but it's just a normal mall.
Yeah.
And then I came back to Germany. I saw the difference there. Like my mind just has to go in like 45 different directions to figure out how I'm going to travel or how I'm going to go shopping and change my baby while I'm there. And so now this is just every day. But I feel like this makes such a huge difference when you have a business, when there's so many different things you need to think about, plus growing your business. So you had a business in Germany.
Yes.
And you left all of a sudden. In terms of like business sense, not just like lifestyle and, oh, it's fancy to live here, cool, you're privileged. In terms of business and building your business, why did you want to make the move?
So we had this crisis, right? The Corona crisis. And I figured in this crisis, the businesses, like other businesses I worked with, they were closed and open, closed and open. And I was just like thinking, okay, how do I continue with this? Because you're so dependent on if they close or open, or if they can afford you or not, if they're allowed to or not. And after 1 year, I was just like, I'm done with this. And then I started thinking, okay, what do I do next? And then I started actually in the online business area, and I took all the income I made and moved to Dubai.
So you came here, no plan B.
Yeah.
Just like made the move. How was it for you to come here and like be alone?
So Dubai can be very lonely because everyone is just here for working purposes. So this is something you need to keep in mind. Like 4 years ago, it was more difficult to be alone because right now more people are coming and there's a lot of community events and ladies events and all the things happening. And I think 4 years ago, no one really was there. So I felt lonely at the beginning. But for me, it was clear if I want to grow my business in the future, I can't go to a place which is not developing. So just as a business person, you need to know you need to be in a place where you see yourself growing and your business, and where the government has a future for the business or for business people. Or even for you growing.
Yes.
Like the economy here is always, okay, we want to have the people growing. It doesn't mean you don't need to do anything, right? You need to keep on moving. You need to keep the pace they have in Dubai. Dubai is very fast.
It is.
It's
insane.
It's crazy. Yeah. So if you're from Germany, like 1 week in Germany, I feel like nothing happened. Nothing
Time
happened.
is standing still.
Yes, it's nothing happening, like nothing. And then I came back here and I'm like, oh, finally I get back to this pace because this is what keeps your business moving and yourself moving. So this was actually the biggest reasons for me to move, is the personal growth, to go through the pain of loneliness, to go through the pain of I have no idea what to do, all this pain, all this struggle. But I knew, okay, if I go through this, I will break through, inshallah, one day, and then it will be fine. And then I have reached this level. But I feel you can do this in every country, but Dubai supports you to go there faster, to break through faster. And also because they have so much support for you, for your baby, for dependents you bring with you. You have so many things that support you all the time.
So tell us a little bit more about the first couple of like weeks, months, years. How long have you been here?
4 years.
4 years. Okay, you're a veteran. So tell us a bit more about that struggle of loneliness and trying to build a business and feeling lonely in it. I think what you said was really interesting with like, by the way, you're going to feel lonely building a business anyways, wherever you are. But at least here you have that kind of push. You can see other people like hustling as well. You kind of, there's like bubbles of people hustling next to each other, but still a little bit lonely. So tell us a little bit about how did you feel at that time when it wasn't, sunshine and rainbows?
Yeah. So when I moved here, I had an apartment with 2 balconies. One balcony was with the ocean view and one balcony was with Burj Khalifa view. Because that's what I always said when I was in Berlin. I was like, oh, you know what? When I move to Dubai, I will see Burj Khalifa, right? Like I never saw it. I never knew about like. I was just like, okay, if I move there, you will see it. Like a little bit more fun, right? But then I was here and I was all by myself standing there watching from the window of the balcony to the Burj Khalifa, to the lights. And then I was thinking, okay, what do I actually do here? Right? Like sometimes when you're all by yourself growing your business, you feel like, what do I actually do right now? Because no one else is moving with you. And I think this is just a certain time. So for me, maybe it was a year or maybe 2 years. This is just a certain time you need to get through. Because when you reach the breakthrough, it doesn't matter anymore. And you feel like, oh, Alhamdulillah, I went through this and I kept on going. Because this is the point where most people turn back. Because they go back to the crowd.
Yes.
Because this is the moment where you realize, oh, you step out from the crowd. Maybe you're the first millionaire in your family. Maybe you're the first one who did this. So do you go further or you go back to the crowd?
So tell us a bit more about what you do. So you do consulting. And when you came here, you started doing also relocation consulting. So helping other businesses establish here. Tell us a bit more about the first steps in your business. How was it for you to set it up?
So when I moved here, nobody knew the answers to my questions. And I studied economics and I do business consulting since 2011, I would say. So I was always in this field. And I moved here and I asked all my questions, right? Like, how do you do the bookkeeping? How do you do the structure? And no one knew answers. And Dubai is completely different than Europe or Germany, completely. Like, it's black and white. And then I was thinking, okay, what can I do to get the answers? So I went every day to go to authorities and I helped other people at the beginning. Just, okay, I will help you move here. Like, I didn't really see it as a business for me. So as an agent or as a consultant in this field. But then more and more people came with all the questions and I had the answers because I was already going to the people, asking the right people, getting the educational programs done here. Like, I have so many things I learned at authorities and I met people. And so I just tried to answered the questions, I would say. This is how it started.
That's really interesting to see because you literally took your own story and then you looked at what problems am I solving for myself that other people want to be solved as well for them. And I always find it very funny because we always come to you for questions like business setup and everything. And you always have the answer and you always have a story for the answer. Like, you went through everything. If you didn't go through it, then some of your clients went through it and you take your story and make your offers basically out of it. And this is what I always say when it comes to, level 1 of the garden is you don't pick a niche, you become the niche. And how you do that is look at your story. What did you go through? What problems did you solve for yourself? And that's what other people want solved as well. So now you established, yourself, you started, to offer this to other clients as well because you solved it for yourself, other people ask you for. But tell us a little bit more. I want to go a little bit into the personal realm. You came here for business and then you came here, you were a Muslim.
Yeah.
So
randomly.
And now people are like, yeah, she knows everything. She's like, your accent like sounds, you can like, you're super, Germans would say you're like integrated. What is it? Integriert,
yes.
Right?
Yeah, they would say this, yes.
But tell us a little bit more about your journey to Islam, because this is something that we have in common. And I think this is the first time we're actually talking about it.
Yes.
So tell me.
Maybe you can relate, but without Islam, you feel like a lost soul.
Yeah.
If I needed to describe it. So maybe some people who are Muslim and losing faith and come back to it, they may relate with this because you feel like you're seeking for answers and you're seeking for the truth all your life. And you never feel like you are at the end, like you never feel home, right? So you keep on seeking for answers and seeking for the truth. And maybe because I was in Utah, right? I was with Christians and I was with other groups, like because you're seeking the answers.
Yes.
But every time I was with these groups or in churches, I never felt like this is the truth. You know what I mean? Like
there's always something missing, like something afterwards.
Yeah, it's not the truth. Like I was with Mormons. Yeah, this was so funny. But this is interesting because you go there, you feel like, yeah, okay, I can relate to Jesus, but it's not the truth. It's not the end. And when I came here, and I think it was the first time for me hearing the azan, the
call to prayer.
Yeah, the call to prayer. And I think, if I was crying the first time or maybe the third, but I had tears in my eyes every time. Even when you go in the mall, right? You hear it.
Yes.
And then I was thinking, this is so relatable, right? It feels like, I can't say it, but it's in your heart and you feel like, oh, this is something I feel attracted to, or I feel like this is the answer and I can finally surrender. Maybe something, it's hard to describe because I don't have words for the feelings I was feeling, but it's like, okay, finally you can surrender. Finally you can sit there, take a deep breath and your heart feels peace. And I think this is what you're seeking if you don't have Islam in your life. This was I was seeking, yeah.
Yeah. I can relate to this a lot because I grew up Christian. I grew up actually with Jehovah's Witness. So like super strict Christian. I had a beautiful experience myself. I think I had the most beautiful childhood that I can imagine. Obviously being bullied in school because of my faith gave me a lot of confidence as well.
But it was always makes you strong.
Yes, it makes you strong. And I kind of like, it helped me to understand like there's something afterwards. I always felt like, yes, Christianity is like, that was the beginning. obviously you have Judaism, then Christianity, but there has to be something afterwards. Like I felt there was something missing. And the moment that I found Islam it wasn't actually a moment. It was kind of like a journey where I felt like, you know, the saying, you are the average of the 5 people you spend most time with. And I had this moment once in my early 20s where I looked at the 5 people around me that I spent time with and the ones that I wanted to be like. And one of the things that they all had in common is they were Muslim. They didn't know each other. Like there was a person in Malaysia and Indonesia and Dubai from like different countries, but they all had this one thing in common. And I felt like, okay, if I feel so connected to them, then I need to figure out what that Islam thing is all about. And I looked for it, like I studied it I did Ramadan for a couple of years and I studied it. But the moment that I knew I will convert, and it took again like a year after that, but the moment I knew it, I was actually in Dubai for the first time. And I went on a day trip to Abu Dhabi Mosque. I don't know why. I came here for work. And then my colleagues were like, why are you taking off on a Friday instead of a Saturday? I'm like, because I want to go to the mosque. I don't even know why. It's just like I had this random idea. And I went to this mosque and I just remember like I cried as well. And I just remembered like when I was in the mosque, I was like, yes, I will convert. Mm-hmm. I didn't do it then. I like did it a year after, but it was that moment. So I feel like Dubai has that special place in my heart. Yeah. For
me, Dubai was like a place where they show you Islam on the different kind of environment. Because
like
when
lived.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's true. So one of the things that we also have in common is after we converted, we deleted our entire online presence,
yes.
which is a very smart idea if you have a business. Because then no one knows you. Mm-hmm. You have zero network. Mm-hmm. You have no place to promote yourself or your business. Like super smart.
You delete everything what you build up.
Everything for the last couple of years. All your like hard-earned work, your testimonials, okay. What did you do? Like you had already a business, you deleted everything. Uh-huh. How was it for you? Like I know it was super hard for me. Like tell me how it was for you.
Yes, it was crazy. Like I was struggling at the beginning. I was like, should I take on the hijab? Should I delete everything because it's not me anymore? I can't relate to this anymore, and I don't want to have any footage online without hijab. Right? This is like the main concern you have first. And when I struggled a little bit, maybe 3 weeks. I think 5 years ago I would have freaked out, like or not.
3 weeks is not a long
like 7
time,
years.
Actually, not bad.
Yeah, like I would have had a panic attack.
Wow.
Because this is so much work you put into something, but after converting, I was like, no, this is something I don't want anymore because of the hijab mostly. And then I deleted everything, and I think the first week I felt relief. Yeah, because I was laying on the floor in my living room, and I was like, wow, you did this, and everything will be fine. Because what I needed to learn is this trust. And I didn't had any Instagram, any social media for like a year maybe, or 6 months at least. And then I started a personal account just for fun. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And everything was gone.
All the hard work, earned work. And this is around the time where you came to me and you said, Sina, personal branding, tell me about it.
So first we met, and then you asked me something. You asked me, why don't you want to do a personal brand or social media anymore? And I was like, no, I don't want to. Right? I was like, no, I'm fine. I don't want to.
I went through this already. I deleted everything. Goodbye.
I don't want to be online anymore. And then maybe like a week or two, it was working inside of me, because then I was asking myself this question, why? Because if you're covered and everything, it should be fine. I even called Satwa in Dubai. You know, it's like an old man who gives you advice.
Yeah.
So cute, mashallah. Yeah, and I asked him, can I be online with my voice? Because it could be aura too, right? Mm-hmm. Your voice and your face. And he said, no, if you are covered, everything is fine. You can do your job, because you need to do your job somehow, right? And you need to do advertisement, marketing, all the things. And I was, okay, good. And then I asked myself this question, okay, now it's good with the clients I have, but what is in 5 years, in 3 years? Because social media is so important. And right now it's the only time, I think maybe 1 or 2 years more, you can get this community for free.
Yeah.
You get this views for free. Mm-hmm. You get followers for free. Mm-hmm. And so I was realizing this, because you asked me why. And I'm like, okay, yeah, why? What is in 3 years, Leah? What is in 5 years?
Yes.
What is after this.
So you had word of mouth clients. How many did you usually have apart from before social media?
So usually there's months I didn't had any clients, I would say, because some months are like, I would say it's maybe Christmas time or summer break. And this was also fine with me because I was doing my things and I'm stable, alhamdulillah, right?
Yeah.
So I was just like, oh, it's fine. And then some months, maybe 3 to 4, maybe 2, maybe none, like some of this. But it was for me enough.
Yes.
That's why I never thought about it.
Yes. So you have like word of mouth, which means you rely on former clients to give you new clients and recommend you. And it's not something that you can actively control. But then you also had an Instagram account with 200 followers where you shared very aesthetic videos from your bags and coffee shops and you from the back.
Yeah, so no one was seeing me.
No one was seeing you. There was no message behind it. What was the first thing that we worked on?
I think for me to go in front of the camera again was important. And for me to script the reels. Obviously, because if you don't do this, or maybe you have never done this, this is something you need to work on. For sure, because people they're like goldfish, right? Like 2 seconds and then they scroll. And I knew if I start working with you, and this was my main concern, I need to have content. People stop and continue watching and maybe even go to your profile and see who you are and what you're doing. And like suspicious? No. Yeah. They want to see what you're doing.
Curious.
There
you go. The German's trying to find the word. Okay, so your main goal was, I want to have a family in the future. I don't want to be working 24 hours. I can't be relying on lead flow. I'm not even controlling, just like random people recommending
because
me.
it was very out of my control, everything.
Yes. So now our main focus was how do we build a personal brand where you can get consistent lead flow? So clients coming in, potential clients coming in, and then how do we create content to get them in?
Yes.
What do you feel like you were struggling the most with in the beginning?
Of course, the content. Because if you don't do content daily or you look at other content and analyzing it instead of just consuming, for me, it was very tough to get used to do content, but high quality content.
Okay. So then we started working together and within 1 month you hit...
11,000 followers. But for me, more important was 1 million, over 1 million views. Like the reach from my channel was over 1 million. And this for me was mind blowing. Okay, so we have to like step back a little and just like, let's start again. 200 follower account. Only personal videos. The funny thing also that I didn't mention, it was in English. Yes.
Right?
Arabic.
Oh, it was Arabic?
I used Arabic trendy sounds.
Oh, yes, exactly.
Like poems and stuff.
Yes, okay. And then we turned this account into a personal branding account in German because your clients are German. And you hit 11,000 followers within 4 weeks.
I think 3 weeks.
3 weeks?
Yeah, it was very fast. It was blowing up.
Okay, so just for people to understand, it was difficult for you in the beginning to start making content, but then you hit 1 million reach and 11,000 followers in 3 weeks. How does that come together? Give us like your top tips that you felt like when you joined the garden, like what was the most impactful that you felt like helped you get there?
For me, the most important was to script the reels. Because if you look at the market and you consume reels, I got tired of all the content. And that's why I choose to work with you, because your content I liked, right? So if you look at the content of other people, I felt related. I felt like I like the style. I like the wording. I like the quality. I like all the things. And for me, it was, okay, if I want to have this, I need to work with someone who does this, right? Otherwise, how do you learn this?
Yeah. So people would say like, okay, but you can still just like go to other Instagram influencers and they'll give you 1,000 tips. Did you try that?
No, because I wanted to work with you. Yes.
I am honored. The one thing that I remember, number one, we fought for a long time around language. Because you were like, I want to build an international brand, but I also want all my clients are German. And you were a little bit afraid of like turning all of your content into German. But then you got a keynote also within that 3 months.
Yes.
In Dubai. About your business?
Yes, and Germany. I was flying to
Germany.
Düsseldorf, actually.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. Okay, so you have 11,000 followers. You have a keynote in Dubai about your business. You have a keynote in Düsseldorf, so you fly back to Germany for your business. I didn't even know this.
Yeah, because
Okay.
everything was happening so fast.
Yes. Okay, so you have that. You came to me and you said, like, Sina, I don't want this. I don't want to look like every other relocation expert. They are boring. They're just like, my 3 tips too. It's like cringe. What is the strategy of like actual content? What was it about that we focused on with you?
I listened to my clients more, like not the part, okay, I want to move to Dubai and I need a business and a visa. This is, everyone can do this.
You want to move to Dubai and you're struggling.
Call
Here
this
my
number. So I wanted to, because my clients, I have a very special relationship with my clients, I need to say, because I love my clients with all my heart. And this relationship is so hearted and warm. And I wanted to put this, what I have, behind the scenes in front of the scenes. And I think this was changed the most. Like, really look at the problems. What do they say? What's the reason? Not the visa. It's actually someone helping you for little money, or like normal money, I would say. It's all fair paid, right?
Yeah.
But helping you to create your better self, your business, becoming the woman you want to be. You need to have the environment. You need to have supportive people around you, nannies who are cheering you up all the time, because these are great people here. Everyone is so grateful and nice, and you go shopping, everyone is helping you, and you want to have this environment. So I started to look behind I just want a visa and live here.
So did your content look like for people who have never seen you or seen your content? What was it actually about? Give us like titles of your best performing reels.
My best performing reels. It's actually, so I love to go to a women's gym. I love the lifestyle for women's in Dubai. So I was thinking, okay, what do I like and what people may not know in Germany? Because for me, it's normal because I'm here 4 years. So I started thinking, okay, maybe it's not normal for them. So I just filmed my gym and said, okay, this is only for women, which is normal for me to have this privilege to have all the special things for women and get always the extra treatment here for women. So I said something like, like living in Dubai makes you feel like a princess.
Yes.
So you have 2 sides of people, right? Group A says, oh my God, yes. And group B says, oh, you princess is female. And
just stay. If you like it so much, just stay there.
Yeah.
And it's so funny. Under every viral video of yours, it's like, if you like it so much, just stay there. I'm like, duh.
Like, or they say, go back. Like, go back to my home country. But I'm German. So usually I say, hi, Peter. Sorry, I don't want to go back to Germany. But you need to ignore this.
Hi, Peter. Okay, so this is also something that you came to me and said, Sina, I'm afraid of hate comments.
Yes.
Right? Because especially the German market, I mean, mashallah, I'm just like glad I don't have the German market, especially as someone who looks like me. It can be quite, especially there's like a lot of, let's not smudge on the name Peter, but there's a lot of guys.
It is rough, yes. So I'm very grateful for the success managers in the garden mentoring, because at first I got it personal somehow. Even it doesn't have to do anything with me, but if you get 200 comments who are against your race, but you're not even from a different, like you're German, or they say something about your religion, and like they just see you as a package and they throw everything at you. And I was so glad, because the Mindset Success Manager, they helped me so much to like just calm, relax, get back to my focus, and just block everyone.
my favorite one. Block.
Yes. So I did this. I was always like hearing your voice. Block. So block.
I'm haunting your dreams. I'm glad. Okay. The funny thing is here, we used your story. We used your lifestyle stories from your life and your actual story. And one of the things that we did is we shot your actual story, your why video, your conversion to Islam. How many views did that video get?
So the one with just my lifestyle has almost 400,000 views. Actually, it has 380. I just checked this today. And the one about Islam has 95, I think. Yeah, it's a lot. That's why I'm saying I'm mind-blowing by over 1 million views, impressions.
Reach, I think reach, right?
People. Yes.
Wow. Okay, so obviously you're not an influencer.
No.
You never wanted to be an influencer.
No.
What was your goal again? Social media? Because we're talking about reach and followers. That sounds like very influencey.
Yes. So my goal was, when you think about the next 3 to 5 years and imagine that people might not recommend you anymore, who are you? Like, I know I am who I am, but like, how do the people find you? Because this is so normal to Google or to share reels nowadays. And for me, it was important to find more of my perfect clients, to find more of the women I can help to move by themselves, more about the families who want to move with their little kids because they want to have a better future, like more of these kind of people.
So tell us what happened. What happened in that month that you grew? Did you
Yes,
get
I
any
calculated because I sold so many side products. I didn't even had in my product category, I would say. So I had calls and they were like, yes, I want to book a one-to-one. I'm like, yeah, but I'm a business consultant. Yes, but I don't really have one-to-one. Like we can make it one-to-one. So I sold things I don't really had before because I was only focusing on setting up a business and everything what comes after this.
Yes.
And now I help people with things what is before. So how does your strategy look like? Like similar with what we did. Like how does this look like long term?
Yes.
What is important in the small detailed steps?
Yes.
Yes.
So biggest question now for everyone. How much did you actually make?
Yeah.
Drum roll, please.
Yeah, more than 65,000. Yeah.
I told you that don't tell me before because then I could actually like react.
Yes.
But this is mashallah, tabarakallah, mashallah.
Yeah, mashallah.
Wow. So it's like,
because so many people were just reaching out. For me, also, like I built a school community from scratch and there are like over 100 women now, just randomly. Like I feel like everyone is coming from everywhere and I can't stop it. I can't stop.
Oh my God, too many leads.
Yes.
That's amazing. So this might sound for someone like, wow, you're doing a lot. You have all of these new offers. Aren't you burned out? What do you say?
No, because I listen to you. I feel like I have more energy than before and I'm more structured and disciplined, I would say. Yeah.
How?
Because I listen to all the things you say, I would say, like not having this morning routine, I think you said last time, right? Like you don't need it. And it's true. Like I wake up, I do the things who are important and then I take time for myself. Like before where I was like, oh, you need to wake up at 5, take a cold shower kind of thing. Like I do the opposite now and I feel like everything is working better. And the garden mentoring showed me how to do little automations already. And I think these are very important, especially when you have overflow on leads. What will happen if you do the content right, if you follow the rules.
Exactly.
You need to have this basic structure to just keep them rolling somewhere. And for everyone who's doing this, don't stress too much because I got so many leads, I was overwhelmed. I was like, I don't know what to do with them.
So let's talk a little bit about that. So we have level 1 where you started, which was like no followers, literally 200 follower account. Then you grew to 10K. You started to make money. Now you actually graduated to level 2, which is where we're going to focus on scaling your active income. Because a lot of people say like, oh, I want passive income. I'm just like, okay, wait. Do you have active income? Is it scaling? Let's scale your active income. And then level 2, we're also going to start with your passive income. So I'm excited for what we're going to plan for you. But tell us a little bit more on the levels. You said number 1 is understanding how to do reels, how to hook people. That was for actually growing your audience.
And also finding yourself, I would say. Like for me, it was really like, okay, who am I? And how do I show the people who I am?
Yes. So tell us a concrete thing that helped you, that you learned inside the garden, that helped you become who you are.
The basics, I would say. So you need to always go back to the basics and understand who are you to be the niche. This is actually how it is. Like it sounds easy. It's work to find this and you need to follow the steps and you need to always rethink and take your time. I would say, like take your time. And for me, I was a little bit stressed because I got so many leads, but actually no, it's okay. They can wait in the email list for level two.
Exactly. You have them there. You can always see what offers work for them. So now in level 2, what's your biggest goal?
Also, I think the first talk we had was about passive income, but we had the first mastermind call, and it was for me so eye-opening, because it's true to go back to the start. It's always the basics, actually. It's always go back to your basics and see where you need to optimize other steps before you think about like the passive income kind of thing. Yes. So for me, the biggest goal is to make more automations in this process, because people will come, like when the level 1 is how like flows. I would say you always need to optimize things, but it will flow. And then after this, you need to learn how to, what to do in which part to get the most of my time, because you don't want to spend time all day in calls. And I think that's the goal, because I want to have, even when I have family, inshallah, you don't need to think about, I need to be here and there, because everything will work somehow.
Exactly. Okay, so 60K, mashallah.
Mashallah.
What is the next goal?
I never thought about numbers. That's why I needed to calculate, because I don't think about this. For me, the goal right now, like the garden mentoring showed me to live in the flow. Because before this, I was more like, okay, you need to reach XYZ, but more right now, I'm like, okay, this is the flow going on. And then I adapt this, and then the flow will go on, and then maybe this and this. So for me, I don't really think about the numbers. But of course, we want all have more clients, but just to make them successful and happy, and they have a good agent while moving here. This is the biggest goal for me, to help the people. Yeah, to adapt more automations, I would say, to have more out of my time.
Yes, so now we have an automation that when people come to a post and they want to reach out to you, they can directly book a call.
They go on a webinar first.
There you go. Okay, so we already have a step before that.
Yeah, because there were too many leads.
Yes, so you were already booked out, like your calendar was booked out. Okay.
Yes. Yeah, so I was like, okay, I want to serve them, so I need to have something. It's too what to say.
Such bad problems to have. Too many leads.
Too many leads. Yeah, booked out. Because you told in the garden mentoring, okay, better to have them apply for something, right? And to not see the availability. And I was at this point, I was like, there's no availability anymore. Like, this is not possible. Because if your content is good, and if you go back to the basics and you learn how to become the niche, you will be fully booked. Because there's no one. You are unique. And this is very special, especially nowadays, where everyone looks what other people are doing and copying, and even say the same things. Sometimes I see reels, I'm like, you are competitors and you say the same things. How?
So what would you say to someone that's just starting, that is literally level 0 where you started? What would you say is the first thing that they should do?
Take time. Like, don't put yourself under pressure, because it takes time to figure out the content, because it's always testing as well, right? So you need to learn how to script. You need to learn how to use quality content. You need to learn who you are and what to say that people understand your message. And I would say this takes time, and you need to allow yourself to take this time, and not be like, I need to do this in 3 months. No, like, this takes maybe a year, and this is okay.
Yeah.
Because you can't lose anything. If you start walking, you will walk.
And you just have to keep walking.
Yes.
It's the momentum.
Yeah.
I always think about it like on a treadmill, you can't stop walking. If not, like, if you stop walking, you fall on your face.
Yes.
Sometimes you have to keep going, and then it will flow like this.
Yes.
Okay, so what would you tell to people who are in level 1 but want to get to level 2?
So I posted 3 times a day, and it was fun. Like, I was excited. I was excited to wake up and be like, the first post. So I did everything. I cut everything the day before. And then the next day I posted for 3 weeks, I think, or 4 weeks.
So how did you come up with ideas?
It's a good question. So this is always the same, I would say. Like, if you learn about yourself and who you are, and that you are the niche, you have a lot of ideas because it's all around you and your clients. So even if you're at zero and you don't have any clients, you will learn who you want to attract. So you always go back to the words they say, to what they think, what they need. It's always the same, actually. It sounds easy, but you need to get through this. You need to practice this and listen to the people.
So you had 2, sometimes 0, sometimes 2 clients or leads every month. Now, how many do you have?
Too many. I'm fully booked. No, I'm not. You can reach out. But
reach out. She's the best relocation expert.
I have a team now, so I'm not fully booked anymore. You can reach out, but I was fully booked for at least 1 month.
Which is how many clients?
I had 6 clients in 1 week, which is a lot. Like this
in
was
1 week.
This was like my maximum I ever did, because I take care about my clients, right? So I take them everywhere. They can reach out to me all the time. They can ask me important questions.
I know you answer at 2 a.m. Which don't promote that, please.
I don't promote this, only to VIP clients. So, but this is what I like to do, right? Like this is my service, because Dubai is fast. So if you don't adapt in your business, because my business is about Dubai, you can close your business, I feel like, because it's so fast. Like everything is so fast. So I feel like, okay, if I don't get this done with this person in next days, maybe law will change. Maybe different problem will appear, because everything is so fast. So you need to adapt to this. So that's why I am fast and my team is fast. So they know they need to be fast. And I have a team in Dubai as well, like 2 or 3 people I work with. 3. Yeah, I have auditor, tech. I have everyone in the team I need. And they're fast too. So you need to adapt to this fast service.
So first of all, I think it's very funny because like you said, you have a team, and then on the other call, we were like, are you doing this all yourself? Yes.
I did, yes.
And now it's time to scale, right?
Yes.
Now it's time to buy your time back and actually streamline some things. One of the things that I want to do with you as well in level 2 is obviously to set up your other offers. So you have your offers where you like service every client, but then you also now have people that are before that, right? People that are not yet ready to make the move, but they need some kind of offer for that, or people even after that. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at people on different levels and what kind of offer can we service to these levels where you don't need to be the one actually delivering the offer. And that is how we come to passive income. So I'm excited for that. Level 1, become known to be who you are. Level 2, get paid. And then we go into the scaling.
Yes, I can't wait.
So what would you say to Leah 5 years ago, as the Leah you are now, that she was just thinking about moving to Dubai? What is the one thing you would tell her made the biggest difference for you?
Be patient. Because I think I used to be a person who's not patient and who wants to get the things done very fast, or like reach goals very fast. And what I learned now is like, if you are more patient, the better it will become. Because you need to take your time to learn things, to practice things, to test things.
Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for being so open and sharing all of the like little things that helped you. And I can't personally wait for the next level.
Yeah, me too.
So if you are ready to, just like Leah, go from level 0 to level 1 to level 2, then you're also able to join the Garden Mentor. You can apply now. We have just opened applications for level 2. We have a very small mastermind group at the moment, and we need to figure out on what level you are. You can book a call with my team to see what level you are, what is the next few steps that you need to take to get to the next level, and then we'll see how we get you there. So I'm excited to see you inside. The link to book a call is below. Thank you so much for joining us until here. We have so much more that we're going to talk about, but for now, don't forget to subscribe to this channel and also check out our podcast on all podcast platforms.